I'm Ansel Burch.
And it's
Time to party! We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. Today's episode was recorded on July 15th, 2024.
Hey, party people, we're coming at you from, the past, because that's what we do.
That's how recording works, yeah.
That's how recording works. Look at us. If you're joining us hoping to get some edutainment, sorry to
Fucking
disappoint.
bad.
Yeah, sucks to suck. No, typically this is where we would have some goofy edutainment planned. I guess they're not all goofy. Some of them are pretty serious.
Yeah.
Saddles. I don't know why that was the first one I thought of, but but yeah, no, this month we wanted to, catch up.
Yeah.
Shoot the shit.
Peel back the onion a little.
Long story short, we wanted to talk about ourselves.
Which we so rarely do.
And so what number episode is this going to be?
Oh, Jesus. I have no idea. Do you
yeah,
have an
but,
idea?
I want to say it's over 200.
Let's see what iTunes says. Or Apple Podcasts, sorry.
Fancy rebranding.
I hate to do this to you, Ben. You
say
are a
one
little
short.
bit off.
How off?
50?
50?
Yeah.
What the hell?
According to Apple Podcasts, we have released, as of recording, 146 episodes.
Shit.
Which means by the time this comes out, this will be episode 149.
Unless we release it after the bloopers.
At which point it will be 150! Yay!
Yay!
Big round number!
Woo! We we totally planned this.
It shows.
It shows. But 150 episodes is nothing to
sneeze at.
Exactly.
It's a
that's
good run.
pretty cool. We've been doing this for a little while, huh?
Yeah. Well, and it's nice that at this point in the show's progression, we're starting to do more event pieces, I guess. We're starting to do more interviews with directors. We're getting to do movies as they're coming out and shows as they're coming out. It was such a thrill to get to do the Adam Project last year, and then recently to do the Greatest Hits and Coherence. Yeah, so it's just been the last couple the last couple months especially, and just even the last year have been a real re-energization for me in some ways.
And selfishly, since I moved away from Chicago, I don't get to see Ansel in person anymore, and a number of our friends that we have as guests. So this podcast has been a way for me to stay connected to my friends back in the Windy City, like Helena Handbasket and Warwick Johnson and Lavender Vixen and Nicole Keating, the whole crew. I really hope that we can get Aaron back on soon.
Well, and we got another Back to the Future we got to do.
That's true. We still got to do that one. We're not going to tell you when, because,
no,
you got to keep tuning in, right?
We have no solid plans on that. I mean, it's a secret.
It is a secret.
From us!
And who knows what's going to be our next April Fool's gag.
Oh, my God. I am excited now that it's a thing. I'm excited for the next one to happen.
Do you have any favorite memories of the pod so far?
Oh, of the pod. Okay. I was going to say, well, this is the girl I did. No.
Back in Ohio.
Oh, I have no favorite memories in Ohio. Gosh, favorite memories. It's hard to pick just one because and I know this is a cop-out answer, so don't call me on it. But every movie has its own vibe that, even though it's the same show, we keep the same format and everything, but the vibe is so different from one month to the next that I don't know, it feels very different, especially because we keep switching up the guests and, you know, getting their vibes in. Honestly, I think some of my favorites have been the ones that are just the two of us, getting into that groove and like, okay, we know the show. We're, you know, we're bringing that that practice into it, and getting to talk about like the greatest hits was a great experience. So I think that's the one I would point at, actually. The greatest hits was a really, really good memory all around.
Did I share with you and the listeners that I went to that store by accident?
I don't think you told the listeners. You told me.
Oh my god! So yeah, I was in Silver Lake and coming from lunch, and I saw this store, and I was just like, "Why does this seem familiar?" And then on the way back to the
Did you
car,
have
I was just like,
deja vu?
I did have deja vu because I was just like, "Where have I seen this before?" And I walk in the store, and I'm just like, "Oh, that's where the desk was," and then that's where. But yeah, I talked to the worker there, and I was just like, "Excuse me, did a movie film here recently?" And they were just like, "Oh yeah," and I'm just like, "On Hulu?" And they were like, "Oh, that's where it was." So like, I told her about the movie, and she was just like, "Oh my god, that sounds so good." It sounds kind of sad. I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna want some tissues
Mm-hmm,
probably."
mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's an awesome movie, and randomly showing up at the place where they filmed. I think that's one of my favorite things about being here in LA, because like there's film history around every corner.
Oh, sure.
Like I live really close to Jackrabbit Slims from Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Because funny story, it's not actually a diner. The exterior was a building owned by Disney Imagineering.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh. So did they just make it up that way for funsies, or is it?
they did.
Oh,
At
okay.
least the outside. You know, I guess the inside was shot somewhere else, but
Sure. Right.
yeah, movie magic.
Movie magic.
Well,
How
I
about
mean, I
you? What
guess
was
I've
your favorite
mentioned it.
episode?
Oh man, bring it on.
That one, actually, that was a lot of fun. That was a
It
lot of
was a
fun.
lot of fun because we're just, you know, goofy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, X-Men 97 was a lot of fun because we finally got to bring Tab on the show,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
great. And then we had Warwick back for it. That was a lot of fun too. Um, man, there's just so many great moments that we've had, you know. It's hard to narrow them down because they've all been great. I mean, the very first one that we recorded during the lockdown portion of the pandemic, with all the planes and the dogs.
Yep.
Meet the
The
Robinsons was a very interesting time.
the bonus episodes from season 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, you know, I've touched on it a little bit, a number of times actually, this month, because you know, Bill Bria, our guest for Deja Vu, is my friend from here in LA, and you know, not only have things changed, you know, for us professionally, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
personally, because now, as I said, I'm no longer in Chicago, but also, like Bill said, no longer working at Slash Film.
Right.
So the landscape of our industry is changing, but hopefully we're still an outlet of fun for y'all,
Yeah.
because I'm still having fun. I don't know about Ansel.
Oh, I wouldn't be doing it if it weren't fun.
Ansel's like, "Oh, I actually hate this.
Oh
This
yeah,
is my last episode.
this piece of shit. Oh fuck no.
Fuck this."
Yeah. I'm letting robots edit it from now on, and I will be replaced by an AI chatbot.
And Ansel just spends all his time waxing his beard instead of editing the podcast.
It takes a lot of time. What am I made of hours?
It takes a lot of time to wax the beard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you're gonna wax a beard, you got to do the whole thing, and it's, you know, section by section, and then you got to curl it and shape. It's a whole thing.
Sure.
You lose a whole
Absolutely.
afternoon.
Yeah, I can't relate.
I think your goatee
But
suits you. I think it suits you. And your swoopy hair, so cool.
well, the hair is really the bread and butter, right?
Yeah. You're keeping it up top.
Yeah, trying, for as long as possible. Because I feel like I have a weird shaped head. Because like when I
No, keep going. Go on.
when I dressed up as Rufio for Halloween in college, like I had to cut my hair shorter, and that was not a good look.
Hey,
Especially
that guy
because
has
like
a
the
very
spiky,
long head, though.
sure, but his hair was like a lot thicker when it's shorter, and like mine
Oh,
is
okay.
like so it just showed off the weird shape of my head. If we're friends in real life, you could probably look on my Facebook for like old pictures of that hairstyle, which never doing again. But
At least you got it out early. Can you imagine
yeah,
being in your 30s and being like, you know what would be really cool? Oh, no.
yeah, I feel like the midlife crisis hair thing is just going to be like, oh, what if I did that little notch in my eyebrow? Or like I have one streak of color randomly. What if I dye half the side of my head? Well, we have friends who do that.
Yeah, a lot of them.
And it looks great on them. It looks great on them, maybe not me.
Oh yeah. I keep asking myself and my wife, I've asked her several times, am I cool enough to pull off X hairstyle? And she's generally like, yeah, sure, you could do whatever you want. And I still am not convinced.
But you know what you could pull off? A top hat in everyday attire.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually a bowler man. I'm a big fan of a
Oh.
bowler. I do own a top hat. I wear it frequently, or not. I wear it when it's appropriate to wear a top hat. But I used to wear. So I used to work at a hat shop. One of the perks of working in the hat shop is that occasionally hats would be damaged in the stock room, and we would find them because they'd like been sitting on something or they'd gotten squished or whatever. You can't sell them once they're squished.
Sure.
So I wore an electric blue bowler that had been like squished on one side a little bit. I'd steamed it out so it was, good enough for me to wear. But yeah, just bright blue. And then I had a maroon one as well that I got the same way.
Oh my God. Like I almost picture you, aside from the top hat, I almost picture you in like an Indiana Jones fedora.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of a fedora is that everybody can rock a fedora. It's just about picking the brim width.
Yeah. But bros kind of co-opted the fedora and kind of ruined it.
They did a little bit. They mostly co-opted the short brim fedora. So most people can still get away with a wide brim fedora. Or if you go like extra swoopy with it, if you really shape the brim, you can kind of distance it from the bro fedora. The Hot Topic $12,
the H&M $6 fedora.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like how even when we're doing an episode reflecting on ourselves, we still find a way to get a tangent in there.
Hey,
we know what we are.
Yep.
It's funny because I even asked you like, hey, should we wait till episode 200 to like reflect back? And you're like, any number can be a celebration.
Yeah. Turns out it's a good thing I said that.
Yeah, right. 150 Pokemon, 150
it's our Pokemon episode. Yeah.
Aww. Pokemon before Mew and the other regions came out.
The original.
The original 150. Oh man. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I know we have occasionally taken a month off with no explanation. But
yeah, like July. Yeah.
Like July. And I feel like we're not going to stop. and you can't make us.
Yeah. Well, and actually that is something that I would love to put to our listeners. One of the reasons that I don't put more out there of like, hey, we're going to be missing for July or whatever. Y'all seem to be happy to just sort of like listen when it comes up. I don't hear a lot back from y'all when there is a delay or an interruption in our feed. Do you care? Like, does it suck? Do you like go home sad for a month if there's no time to party? Tell us. I mean, if we need to be more consistent for your happiness, we'll do it for you.
It's true. We will. We'll plan things out a little better.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
We won't let our lives just overtake.
Well, let's not overstate things here.
Oh, but I guess full transparency, I started a new job in July, and it's been a lot to deal with just because I have a lot to think about, which I'm sure a lot of people in the entertainment space are also doing. So I mean, that just used up all the spoons I had.
Yeah. Well, and even outside of the entertainment space, like right now, things are the way they are. And I'm sure that a lot of our listeners, whether they're in entertainment or pure consumers, I'm sure we know some pure consumers, eggs cost $5. And,
Ugh.
like there's pressure on everybody about everything right now. So, I don't think there's anything we're experiencing that is not accessible to the larger world, at least in metaphor.
Yeah. So, whether this was a weird episode to tune into or not, just know that we're having fun. We enjoy starting the party with y'all. You are worth our time.
You are worth our time.
And we just wanted to let you know that. 150 episodes in, maybe 150 more.
Yeah.
And then at that point, maybe Ansel will travel back to the time he came from. But who knows?
It's a one-way thing. At this point, I have to wait for it to loop back around. It's a whole... yeah.
It's the Futurama bit?
Yeah, exactly. So, Ben, before we go...
Okay.
Not to ruin the momentum on closing up, but before we go, what is your dream episode for the next year? For our next 150?
Well, one that I've been trying to find the right time to do is About Time. It's not a romantic comedy per se. It kind of is, but it isn't. It's almost like a romantic drama.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I feel like time travel and romance work together really well. And I think that About Time is just a really excellent example of that. So in addition to me really loving that movie, I just think it's a great time travel movie. So I feel like we need to talk about it eventually.
I think that makes good sense.
How about you, Ansel?
I'm not going to lie to you. The one I'm the most jazzed about, we've been talking about for a while. We actually talked about it before you left for California. Avengers Endgame. I think that the idea of having as many of our past guests as possible join us, even here on Riverside. Now I don't even have to worry about how many microphones I can get in one room.
That's true.
Just get the whole crew together and talk about Avengers Endgame. I feel like that's got our vibe all over it. And what a celebration that would be.
Assemble our Infinity Gauntlet of friends to talk about it.
Exactly. we'll label them all. We'll have the power nerd and the time nerd and the...
I feel like we can't let Warwick be power because that might go to his head.
Oh yeah. Well, Warwick has to be the like space nerd.
There you go. Hopefully this was
hopefully this was a good time. Everybody's having a good time, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. You can find us on the internet. I'm at bsilverio20 on X, Instagram, Letterboxd, all that all the stuff.
I am at The Indecisionist on all the meta properties, as well as Blue Sky and Yowza and fuck, what was the other one? I don't know.
Threads.
Well, that's a meta property. So
that is a meta property. I forgot.
It's a meta property, yeah.
And you're not on Letterboxd.
I'm not on Letterboxd. Hive, that's the one.
Hive. I stopped using Hive.
I mean, I haven't used a lot of those in a while, but you can find me there. And I may be cross-posting the episode there.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't even remember all the things I've set to auto cross-post at this point. And TikTok, and you can find me on TikTok with stationary cam 60 seconds of rivers and shit.
I would like you to go to Wrigleyville and go to Nisei Lounge, which is around the corner from the Newport Theater, and just take one of those clips of the Malort wall. Just
okay.
Bottles and bottles.
Just the sound of this bar and this
terrible liquid.
I think I can make that happen. Just for you.
Just the sounds of Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now I'm just going to start making requests like, hey, go to the music box and just stand across the street.
I'll take it.
Go to Challengers.
There you go.
Bother Stella.
The ambiance you miss. Yeah.
There you go. You know, I was very much thinking of sponsoring a bookshelf.
Oh hell yeah!
But then I realized I'm broke. So.
Yeah. I don't think I heard about sponsoring a bookshelf. That's cool.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure how many are left because it seems like people are really receptive to it.
Mm-hmm. Is it for her literacy charity?
Oh no, I think Challengers is like doing it as a thing.
Okay.
I forgot why. But even if it's just to support the store, like that's
right.
Still good.
You get to pick the titles that are on that shelf. That sounds
something like that. I think
for some comic fans, that would probably be pretty good.
Yeah, right. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag #TimeToParty. That's time the number 2 party. And
time the number 2 party, all spelled out because of Warwick.
That guy.
That fucking guy.
If you made it this far, not only in this episode, but throughout our whole 150 episode run, thanks.
Yeah,
you're pretty cool.
One of the good ones. And please do reach out on the socials. Let us know you're there. It would actually make my life to get some actual social response.
It would be pretty cool.
Not to beg, but I'm begging.
Yeah, if you feel like it,
yeah,
go for it.
Be cool.
Yeah, and while you're being chill and cool and all that good stuff, because y'all are the cool kids, whether you know it or not. Remember to be excellent to each other
and party on, dudes.
I don't know why I suddenly have a whammy bar. They're gonna respond to you and be like, hey, why do you keep making the weird mouth noises?
Hey, I'll take it.